Welcome back to another episode of Know Your Role. I am I Don't Know Ro, Joshua Fisher, and the first thing I want to kick off is it's been a while since the last time we got to interact and talk with one another, and it wouldn't be right if we didn't give our respects to those who have passed. I want to start by saying rest in peace to Kari Cooper, rest in peace to Marcel Lardo, and rest in peace to Quincy Evans. You guys will be deeply loved and missed for eternity. And it would not be a show without making sure that we mention you guys and your accomplishments. So thank you. Now, today we are going to kick things off in a whole different way. It's 2025, and we are just going to get right into it. There's no need to bullshit. There's no need to push around it. We're going to just jump right into it. Before we do, I have my lovely co-host, my sister, Joy.
Hi, hello, Joy, actress, artist.
We also have my boy, my main man, the director, and the producer himself, Brian Biz Cooper.
Brian Bizzy B, official Bizzy B, film director, producer, extraordinary writer.
And this man doesn't need much introduction, but you guys know exactly who he is, the beloved and not to be played with, BH, big homie. What's going on?
You already know, man. Thank you for having me, brother. You know, we going back to back. Let's get to it.
I appreciate it, man. And we also have my boy, Cam Nightlife, the one that's the eyes and the ears on the ground all the time.
What it do, man? Cameron Nightlife, you know, Bay Area in the building / Vegas, man, you know. Jen's Legacy, we got all these dope jewels on us, man. You know?
Yeah, what's up with that? You got the Inspector Gadget wrist over there. You got a lot.
Know,
go.
I got everything, you know. We got, you know, RIP to my mom, you know, Jen's Legacy. She was making jewelry and clothes. You know, she was like a thrift store queen. You know what I'm saying? And she just never got to get it fully finished, so I got it going. So we got it, man.
That's
we got to get everybody
man.
a necklace or a bracelet.
Yeah, Jen's Legacy, man. We're gonna make sure to put a logo, a link over there for Jen's Legacy as well, so that way people can know exactly where to find it.
Definitely.
So one of the things that I just wanted to just kick off, man, is a lot of times people don't know who they talking to. They don't know what's going on, and they talking to the wrong one.
Exactly.
For example,
Facts.
Tupac Shakur went off on Khadijah. Khadijah?
It's Khadijah, right?
It's Khadijah.
Right?
He went off on her publicly, and someone had to step to him and be like, yo, you better chill. And he said, yo, mind
Mike,
your fucking
right?
business. Mike. Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Mike. Yeah.
And they said Michael Jackson threw them paws on him. And they said Michael Jackson had to lay him out. Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
He got a little wild with him. That's that Gary Indiana.
Right, come on, right? He said on Gary, you ain't gonna keep
Like,
on the gas, he ain't going.
That's like his
Michael
second
Jackson story,
They be
too.
forgetting.
Yeah, so you said you got Mike's story?
I got a Michael Jackson
What
story.
you got?
This story came from Eddie Griffin.
Okay.
Eddie Griffin's a good friend of mine. I used to do some work with him when he was over at the Rio. And he told me one day he was with Michael. This is Eddie Griffin and I talking. Verified story. He says, Michael Jackson comes to him and says, Eddie, why do you use the word nigga so much? And he's like, well, Michael, you know, I just use it for, you know, for comedy and all of that. And he said, Mike, if you say the word nigga, Mike, I won't use it anymore in my jokes. And he said, Mike said, I ain't gonna say it, but I am one.
Yo,
That's a Michael Jackson story.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm a nigga, right?
I said people forget. You a nigga too. You use a
what he
nigga too.
You
Michael
said it
Jackson.
one time, I'm done.
Yeah, that was it. That's a Michael
That's a cold
Jackson
story,
story.
man.
That's a cold story. Yeah.
So what's we're gonna kick off with you then, Biz. What's a story, something that's a common misconception about who Bizzy B is?
Common misconception about me, I would think, is people don't realize how articulate I am. They don't realize, they just see me from, you know, just kind of moving and shaking. People don't realize that I went to Northwestern University. I went to the Medill School of Journalism. Man, I'm a writer at my core, man. I bleed ink, man. I can write. I've done so many different things that I think Bizzy B is a fitting name. So there's not really one thing you can say that would just apply to me. You know, I've been in film, I've been in music. I'm an entrepreneur. I own a small franchise of restaurants. I've worked for consulting firms, bro. I've worked as a stockbroker back in the day. I've worked in sales for companies, but I've never found any sense of ecstasy and pleasure until I've actually worked for myself and hustled.
Amen.
So that's one of the common misperceptions about me. They think maybe I'm just some guy that's kind of, because I don't really advertise my revolution. I'm kind of less. People think I'm less astute or aloof because I just only show them one side of me. But I do that most of the time is intentional. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. You can't let them know your next move, man. And
intentionally. So that's my move, So
what's funny is I do. I write scripts and different things.
Of course,
but
you amazing.
No, man, thank you, man. But I
seen it.
Give him his flowers. Give him his flowers.
You're my hero,
quick.
bro. One of my heroes.
I never do writing sessions with people. Whenever we people are like, let's do a writing session or whatever, and I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna go in my car real fast, and then I'd take the laptop in the car and just sit up there. I've only done a writing session one time with Brian.
I remember.
It's the only time I ever did a writing session with
when we were
somebody.
at the Panera Bread.
Yeah, we're sitting at Panera Bread. We were working on that lose-lose, man.
Working
That
on
was
lose-lose.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was
Lose,
great,
Lose.
man.
Yeah, he's one of the writers on Lose Lose.
Oh,
So this man, this is the only person I've ever sat down and did a writing duo with, and it was late at night, and he was still trying to write. That's why I know you're articulate, man.
That's my thing, man.
Yeah, very great penmanship.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Of course, man. And then BH, what you got? What's something that's a common misconception about who BH is?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a giant. You feel me? And I got a jovial personality. I speak articulately, and people will think that I'm soft because of that. Until they in the hospital and trying to, they want, it's just little stuff like that. You feel me? But I don't got savage on my face for no reason. This ain't an act. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I be chilling though. Until I'm a gentleman at all times until it's time.
Exactly. It's not unwarranted. You do it like, yo.
Yeah, I never harmed nobody who didn't deserve it.
Not a bully.
I'm definitely not a bully.
No.
I speak for the people with no voice. And I want to say something to Ada Santiago. I got your email. I got all the documents. I'll be in Philadelphia in about 7 days, and we're going to do what we can to bring your daughters home. So we're going to leave it at that.
Amen.
Amen, man.
Amen, dude.
Good work,
bro. That's one of the most admirable things that I want to just say on record right now from knowing Big Homie. I got sisters. I love my sisters. I look out for my sisters at all costs. You've seen, I'll pop off.
They your first homies.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So you looking out for the people that you do, it means something to anybody that looks out for others around us.
Yeah, I could tell that, bro, because I've received an outpouring. There's an overwhelming outpouring of people who thank me for this. They volunteer resources. They volunteer to come help. And it's just and I'm starting to see other guys in different cities and states start to come outside and actively protect women and children in their community, you feel me? And that means a lot to me because I got a sister. I got little cousins, you feel me? And, we got to lead by example.
That's it, man. It's
These the only people who can carry life, man.
Come on.
Exactly. Clock it.
Them the only ones. You know how special you got to be to hold a life for 9 months and then don't die? I came out of a little 5'3" lady, 10 pounds, 22 inches. So she a monster, bro.
Hey, you know what? It is true. I mean, look, and it is. I mean, shit, man, this is a tough point to put me with my sister sitting right next to me. But I mean, we carried the load for about a few months.
Oh,
we
got
about 10 million kids I'm holding on to for a little bit.
It does not compare the burden, though.
Hell no,
Pushing
yeah,
a whole life force out is nothing.
Your thighs open up this big.
What?
Oh, it's
Like,
getting
that's
crazy.
crazy. That's crazy.
Man,
You just snapped.
You ate that. You ate that.
Man, you know what it remind me of? If anybody ever seen a live birth, it reminds me of watching the movie The Alien.
Traumatized.
Oh, boy.
Man,
It does. The alien scene is traumatizing.
It's like
when it pops out.
I literally watched my son be born, man. And man, it was like the whole thing was surreal. It was almost like the head, all of a sudden his head was there in her vaginal cavity, and it was almost like I was like, man, how did her move stretch out like that? That's the first thing I was saying to myself.
And
like,
then go back.
I was like, man, my move is gone, bro. It's over with. Like,
I ain't got no
And then his head popped out, and his head was just sitting there, like hanging out of her vagina.
Yeah, you
And
gotta pull him out.
And then I'm then I'm looking,
You gotta pull him out.
and then they grab him, and it's
That's
the way
what she said.
it's the way that the doctor grabbed him, and it's like they grab him like somewhere like on the base of their head.
Yeah.
And then it's like, then you see shoulders in a whole nother body. And then after that, I saw like the placenta hit the ground. It was like, that shit was like alien. It was some alien shit, bro. But I was like right there in front and center. So yeah, big ups to women.
No,
and,
seriously.
Seriously. Like
all jokes aside.
Like all jokes aside, we could say all of the other stuff. And it goes back to BH's point, what he said, man, people don't realize this, and I'm gonna pass the mic, that women, especially single women with children, live in a world where they're scared. The
Daily.
people think that they're tough. A woman's only tough with her tongue. She lives in a world where she knows she can be physically harmed. And even when men, we talk aggressive, that hurts a woman. They're scared of that. That we think that like firing back at them, this is stuff that I'm learning. We think that firing back at them is like, I'm just talking to them laterally like a dude. No, my mother used to even say it. My mother said, your words, you don't realize, Brian, your words are sharp. She says, sometimes even when you talk to me as your mom, she says that I feel like, like needle points hitting me, so not saying that all women, is just super in alignment with all, and because there's some women that's out of balance too, a lot of women out of balance, but over the hall for those good women who are out there, man, big ups to you all that are raised and doing this shit on your own. Big ups to you all, man, and we salute you, and we're here to protect you guys and protect women and children. That's Big Homie's message.
No, exactly. And that's what we're all about. We're all about protecting the women. There's nothing that's going to be misconstrued in that in any way, shape, or form, because there's a lot that is being overlooked for what's going on with women and how they carry themselves. Joy, what?
There we go. We got a
You got
woman
an
here.
insight?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's ask a
Of course,
woman
I
what's
could
going on.
Come on,
even
that's
turn
what I'm
that back
saying.
into
All right, let's chime in
the
with a woman.
question too. Definitely, I feel like that was a great point that he made, where especially like single, independent women. I don't have any children yet, but just
we know.
as a woman, just being young and being in the dating scene and stuff like that, I feel like we have that misconstrued, like we have our own money and stuff like that, and we're hard and we're tough. But at the end of the day, we're still very fragile, very sensitive people that need, delicate care.
Yeah.
And
This
I
is
feel
true.
like that'd be because especially me, I have 3 older brothers. I come off very, very hard. I'm not very, feminine like and on all parts.